going on out there? Once again, this is Castro, Sakio Castro, doing another Spider-Man review. This time I'm going to be doing one of the unique Spider-Man characters that have been released in the Marvel Universe lineup 3 3/4 inch figures. You've seen it in the Marvel Select, you've seen it in the Marvel Legends, and now they're in a Marvel Universe 3 3/4 inch scale. Now, I want to talk about size comparison to these figures. I'm not a big fan of 6-inch figures, 7-inch, 8-inch, 9-inch, whatever sizes oddball are out there. I'm really a big fan of 3 3/4 inch for several reasons. As a collector, it's a lot easier to store. Lately, the technology they use to get the detailing down on some of these figures have gotten a lot better. So I have to say that Hasbro has done a phenomenal job, much better than Mattel. Mattel sucks at 3 3/4 inch figures. I saw some Young Justice that they had warming the pegs, and they suck. Donkey balls. They just horrible. No articulation. It looked like toys that came out of the 1981. The Secret Wars that Mattel produced back in the 80s were pretty much had the same type of articulation. So they have not learned. Here is someone who's in one of the newer storylines, and here he is. Iron Spiderman. Now, Iron Spiderman, like I mentioned before in my reviews, came out, I think, in 2010, and for the Marvel Universe lineup, he is in Series 2, number 21. It says here, Iron Man created this new costume for Spider-Man as a way of welcoming him to the Avengers. It packs much of the same technology as Tony Stark's own armor does, as well as specialized cybernetics that enhance the web-slinger's ability. Spider-Man wore this armor with pride until the superhero Civil War drove him underground, forcing him to abandon it. Now, judging by the picture, it looks like he's got the arms there like Doc Ock style, but they're not arms. They're just like pincers and claws that dig into things. From what I understand, Tony Stark's made the suit prior to the Civil War, but did put in a recovery chip, so in case it was like a fail-safe. In case Spider-Man decided to go rogue, the suit that Spider-Man is wearing would revert back to Tony's technology. But Spider-Man, being the nerd that he is, the scientific genius, he managed to overcome that by finding out that the vehicle did have an override. That the suit had an override, so he disabled it, and he was able to use the suit even during the Civil War. A lot of great pictures out there in the comics, and the art is awesome. Even up here, the art is awesome. But Spider-Man keeps getting plagued by the same body. Now, I don't even know if I want to open this up just to review the figure that I've been reviewing back to back, but you can see clearly that it is an awesome figure. I'm going to open this puppy right up and kind of go over some of the details, but you can see here in the wave, the Winter Soldier, Skrull Soldier, Mary Jane. I'll be doing those later down the line. So let's get this puppy open. Here he is, my boy, Iron Spider. He comes with the top secret hammer files, but as you can see, they did away with these things, so you no longer get them. I'm not even going to bother reading it. It's just pointless. Iron Spider is one of the first figures to come with both the top secret files as well as the stands. Iron Spider. My wife would hate this figure. She hates spiders. Which, by the way, I'd like to give a shout out to my wife Jessica and my son Jeremiah for supporting this crazy habit that I got. There we go. Tell you, it's easier to go to Joe's Crab Shack and pull him off a real crab. Well, first things first, let's talk about articulation. Hey, I didn't even do anything. I don't know my own strength. But it's the same as you got with the Black Costume Spider-Man, so I'm not going to bother. The ball hinge, shoulder, the bicep swivel, the joint elbow, and the wrist swivel. Along with the ball jointed head, which goes 360, the torso, no hip, no waist, but ball jointed hips that just keep coming off, and this is horrible. But once I get them posed, I'll be fine. On the back, it looks like one of those Centurions that from Hanna-Barbera they used to make. I used to link up the toys, accessories to it. So I guess these are ball jointed arm things. They're like a ball joint and a socket, so it doesn't really matter which one you put where, because they're all same size and dimensions. A little difficult to get in, I guess, because of the paint. There we go. We have Crabman. Mr. Krabs would be proud. Only if he could save him some money. Hey, look, I never noticed this about his hand, but is it me or does Iron Spider-Man look like he's about to, you know, fight crime? Alright, let me stop. He's a dignified superhero. Let me give him some dignity. Here he is. I'm really going to have to invest in stands. This really changes the dynamics of how these figures are posed, because you saw the other videos where I'm trying to pose them without a stand and I look like a complete mongoloid. And this makes much more sense. I mean, he looks like he's about to attack. You know, he's about to pounce on somebody, beat him down to the ground, because he's the Iron Spider. He can do things like that. You know, he doesn't have the repulsor blast or the unibeam like Iron Man does, but the Iron Spider has an iron suit. So, you know, don't F with him. He'll mess your day up. He'll make it really hard to be a villain in his town. Or unless you didn't sign up for the registration, then you're going to have problems also. But there he is, Iron Spider-Man. Part of the Civil War series, where superheroes can't come to terms, and it's kind of like the Republican-Democratic debate going on right now, which is all the same thing, just like comic books. It's not real. So vote who you want to vote for, folks. But in the end, you don't get your say, and they do whatever they want. So this has been another review, even though it was a short one, probably a little bit lame. I'll make sure to give you something else. I think I'm probably going to cut back on the Spider-Man and come back with the villains. So hopefully the next review I do will be a string of villains. I got Rhino, I have Rhino, who else I got? I know I've got the disappointing Dr. Octopus, which I will have to cover. And I know I got Lizard, Scorpion, so I got a few things up my sleeve. I'm trying to get my hands on a nice Electro, so if anybody out there on YouTube wants to trade or has one for sale, hit me up, send me a comment. I am all open for getting an Electro. Electro is one of the figures that has been eluding me, as well as Blade. I got the Goblins, the Goblin Boys, and hopefully one day they'll do the Kingpin, which will complete my villains. Thanks again, everyone out there, for their comments. Thanks again for the subscription. Keep them coming. I'll keep more figures out there. I know these are retro figures to some of you guys out there on YouTube, but I want to make sure we have a full line of the Marvel Universe setup. So, thanks a lot. See you later.
Spider-Man,